life is feeling pretty overwhelming for lots of autistic people right now. And basically, I wanted to acknowledge that in today's video. And this really isn't the video I had planned for today. I was making a video about stims, but I don't think that's something that people really want to see right now. So I'll probably post that next week. But before I get into the main conversation, I just wanted to give you a bit of a channel update in that I've now set up a second channel called Creative Autistic Livestreams. And it's basically where I'll be live streaming. Some of you will know that I have done a few live streams earlier this year and I really enjoyed them, which came as a massive surprise to me, really. But because live streaming can be really difficult in terms of the YouTube algorithm, I thought it was just easier to set up a second channel, and I'll also be doing shorts and stuff over there too. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, by all means, come and follow me over there too. I'll leave a link down below, and I think my next live stream will be in a few weeks' time, actually, she says, after launching it. Basically, I've got a few kind of busier weeks coming up, so the next live will be in a few weeks. So yeah, go follow if that's something you'd be interested in. So yeah, back to today's discussion. So as I was saying, I think we're all feeling pretty overwhelmed right now. I'm sure many of us are feeling pretty powerless as well, and it's obviously in response to Robert Kennedy's recent speech and the announcement around this kind of data registry for autistic people, which has got a lot of us deeply concerned. And I know for me, I felt pretty close to burnout over the last few weeks and still do, so I'm being very mindful of how I'm feeling, and the announcement of this database has just not helped at all, and I'm sure that many of you feel kind of similarly out there. And I'm filming this on Friday morning. This is going to go out on Sunday, and I know that there's been a bit of an update with regard to this autism registry, and they now say there's no new autism registry, and instead the HHS will launch a $50 million research effort to understand the causes of autism spectrum disorder and improve treatments. However, we have zero information as to what research they're talking about, and I think this is probably a case of semantics. So I'm deeply concerned about this still, and I imagine that very many of us are. And for me also, it's Kennedy's language that he used around those of us with higher support needs was really grim. I think as a positive, however, I've been really heartened to see pushback and lots of action going on within our community. And I've also been heartened to see the community really pull together on this. And whenever I've kind of looked at autism discussions, primarily on other platforms actually, not here on YouTube, there's invariably a lot of infighting that goes on, which makes me feel really sad. But this time around, it's really helped galvanise the community, and it's really good to see all of us coming together to kind of really challenge this. And while I'm talking about the community, I do want to mention Mom on the Spectrum, Taylor, because she's done a really brilliant video in the last few days about how American autistic people can take direct action and how to contact local politicians, etc. So, of course, I'm not in the US, so I don't know the systems that you have in place. So what I'll do is to link to Taylor's video down below, because it's really good. And Taylor's brilliant, isn't she? It's no wonder at all why her channel has done so well and continues to do so well. She's a real light in the dark at the moment. So yeah, big love to Taylor. And I'm sure there are other creators out there that are doing amazing things as well. So If you do know of any other creators with really good videos on this topic, by all means leave them down below in comments, because I would love to see them. And I should add in here actually that even though they say they're backtracking on the Autism data registry, it's still really important to keep the pressure on and to keep the public aware of what's going on as well. I forgot to mention actually, I'm probably going to do like little to no editing on this video, so apologies for any difference in lights, because I know there will be, along with traffic noise, because as I say, I'm filming this on Friday. I want to get it out on Sunday, so there's going to be kind of minimal editing, but hopefully it'll be back to kind of business as usual for next Sunday. Also, I want to acknowledge how stressful all of this is on YouTube creators in the US, all creators on different platforms really, because if they're putting themselves out there as autistic voices, of course they're going to be feeling incredibly vulnerable right now, or certainly many of them will be. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that really, and it's made me really sad to see accounts closing. You know, I know of Proudly Autistic. Karen has closed her account, or turned the lights off on her accounts, in her words, which makes me feel really sad. She has actually got a second channel now, which I think is called ADHD Hub, which I'll leave link below, so she has still got some presence on YouTube. Also, in addition to all of this going down, I want to acknowledge the ruling that was made at the Supreme Courts in the UK this week. And as the Good Law Project points out here, trans voices were completely excluded from the process. And this will only serve to make trans people's lives much harder than they already are. And of course, this directly impacts the autistic community, because we have many trans, non-binary and gender diverse people within our community. So I just want you to know that this little corner of YouTube will always be a welcome space to trans people, non-binary people and gender diverse people. And I can't believe I'm even having to say this in today's world. Everything just seems so regressive right now. So anyway, I think we're all allowed to feel overwhelmed right now, and if you're struggling, you know, there's very many of us that feel the same way. And I also wanted to mention actually that if you're in a space where you're perhaps in burnouts, or you're on the edges of burnouts, it's okay to take some time out. You know, if you're seeing other autistic people talking about this on social media or other platforms, and you're currently not in a position to be able to do anything, you know, that's okay. It's all about taking a breath and getting involved when you're feeling mentally able to. And I also want to acknowledge that very many of us don't feel comfortable writing on social media or other platforms. But of course, we can still get involved by signal boosting or reposting other autistic people's content. And the more eyes that see this material, the louder our collective voice is. So I think we're all allowed to feel a bit overwhelmed at the moment, and that's basically the crux of this video, and you know, why I wanted to say something about ongoing events today. And I don't doubt actually that there'll probably be another narrative coming out tomorrow, and where their messaging has slightly changed again, and it may well change by the time you see this video on Sunday. It's very fast moving at the moment, but yeah, it just, for me, really shows the power of a collective voice. We can really hear autistic people really speaking up at the moment, and it's so heartening to see. And I think it's really interesting actually, because although this is coming from the US, I think the shockwaves of Kennedy's rhetoric and Kennedy's disinformation can be felt around the world really. And there's almost a contagion, because I know that one of our populist politicians, Nigel Farage, has been talking about a disability register in recent days, along with some other untruths, such as an over-diagnosis of mental health disorders and special educational needs and disabilities in children. And there is no such thing as a disability register here in the UK. I just feel that he is just using the same kind of rhetoric for, I don't know, whatever reason. And I don't know about you, but I wish we lived in a time where politicians could be held accountable for putting out false information, because this kind of rhetoric is so dangerous for disabled people. So I think that's probably it for today. So apologies if this has all been really bitty, and apologies for light quality and no doubt noise quality through traffic, etc. But I just felt that I needed to kind of say something today, and to send solidarity out to each and every one of you out there. It's almost like a kind of virtual hug, if you like, that you're not on your own. I think we're all feeling pretty similarly right now. There's so much uncertainty out there, but I'm just, yeah, again, heartened to see so much collective action going on, because it does make a difference and will make a difference. So thank you for watching. Again, go and watch Taylor's video, because it is really brilliant, and it gives examples about how we can all kind of get involved and raise awareness, really, because it's really important to let everybody know what's going on, and how frightening it is for the autistic community right now. So yeah, I think that's it for today. So thank you for watching. Give it a like if you got this far, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.